Welcome to another episode of Deep Dive into Real Estate by Team Luddy Dillon. This is the place where we simplify real estate for you, one topic at a time. Enjoy.
All right, everyone ready to dive into some Ontario real estate?
Let's do it.
Today we're looking at property types, those that can really make your portfolio shine.
And of course, we've got to mention,
Oh, of course.
we're part of Laddie Tillon's real estate team.
Absolutely. Got to give the shout out.
Yeah, we're all about helping you guys navigate this whole world of buying, selling, investing.
Especially in the Peel region,
Oh,
right?
got it. Brampton, Caledon, Mississauga, that's our stomping ground. Laddie's been a trusted name here since, 2007.
Wow, that's a long time.
It is. And honestly, figuring out which property type is right for you, it can be a little overwhelming sometimes.
It really can.
So many options.
So many factors to consider.
Yeah.
That's what this deep dive is for.
Exactly.
By the end of this, you'll know the ins and outs of each property type.
And hopefully feel a lot more confident about your choices.
Exactly. So let's kick things off with a classic, shall we? The single-family home.
The good old detached house.
Yeah, the white picket fence dream.
Well, it can be. You get that space, that privacy,
Yeah.
the image of homeownership a lot of people have.
Totally. But I'm guessing it's not always as simple as it sounds, right?
Right, especially in Ontario, particularly the Peel region. Single-family homes are facing some challenges, let's say.
Challenges. Okay, I'm intrigued. Tell me more.
Well, for one, the purchase price. Desirable areas. You're going to need deep pockets.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That impacts your rate of return big time.
Of course, yeah.
Plus, we've got those rising interest rates everyone's talking about, making financing, well, a bit more complicated.
So it's not as easy as it used to be. Just buy and hold and watch the money roll in.
Not quite. Renting it out can help offset some costs.
That's true.
But then you're becoming a landlord.
Yeah, that's a whole other thing.
Oh, yeah, a whole other ballgame.
So maybe single-family homes, they're more for those long-term investors, the ones with a bit more capital to play with.
Yeah, I think that's fair to say. But now, if you're looking for something a bit more accessible, especially for first-time buyers or investors, you might want to consider condos.
Condos. They're everywhere these days.
They really are, especially in those urban centers.
What's the appeal? Why are they so popular?
Well, the lower barrier to entry, for one. Often a more manageable price point than a detached house.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Plus, you get that city lifestyle, amenities, walkability, maybe even a concierge to take care of your dry cleaning.
Sounds pretty fancy.
It can be.
But I'm guessing there are some trade-offs, right? Nothing's perfect.
True. You're definitely trading square footage for that urban convenience. And then there are the condo fees.
Yes, the condo fees.
In the Peel region, they can vary a lot.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Some buildings have resort-style amenities, which are great, but they come with a hefty price tag.
So you got to factor that into your calculations.
Absolutely. Condo fees can really impact your profitability. You got to do your homework before jumping in.
Research is key. So we've talked single-family homes, condos. Now let's move on to something that sounds like a potential cash flow machine, multifamily homes.
Ah, yes. Duplexes, triplexes, multiple units, multiple rent checks.
That sounds pretty appealing, especially in a hot rental market like the Peel region.
It can be a solid strategy, definitely. But let's be real, you're essentially running a small business when you own a multifamily property.
Wait, hold on. I thought owning a rental property was supposed to be passive income. Collect rent, relax on a beach somewhere.
The dream. But with multifamily homes, you've got multiple tenants, often more maintenance issues.
Right, more things that go wrong.
Exactly. Maybe even a few late-night plumbing emergencies thrown in for good measure.
Yikes.
It's definitely more hands-on than a single-family home.
So more units equals more responsibility.
Pretty much. Now, if you're someone who enjoys a challenge, who likes to be hands-on, and you want that potential for higher cash flow, multifamily homes could be a good fit.
But if you're looking for something truly passive, maybe not so much.
Exactly. Okay, so we've got the classic options covered.
Right.
Now, if you're thinking even bigger, higher returns, but also higher risk, then commercial properties might be your thing.
Commercial properties. Okay, we're talking office buildings, retail spaces. That's a whole different world, isn't it?
It is.
In Ontario, especially around the GTA, the commercial market, it can be pretty lucrative.
Oh, for sure. Long-term leases with businesses, potentially higher rents.
Sounds promising.
But there's a lot of ifs involved.
Oh, I bet. Like what are the risks?
Well, businesses, they're not always as stable as residential tenants. They can relocate, downsize, or even, go out of business.
leaving you with a vacant space.
And a big hit to your income.
So it's a high-risk, high-reward kind of situation.
You could say that. You need to do a lot of research, understand the local market, be prepared for some ups and downs.
Definitely not for the faint of heart.
Nope. Now, on the other end of the spectrum, if you're thinking long-term, really long-term, and you have the patience of a saint, then land might be your play.
Land? Like just empty land?
Not just any land. It's about finding land with future development potential.
Okay, yeah, it makes more sense.
You're betting on appreciation over time.
So you have to have a good sense of where things are going.
Right, and that's where understanding the Peel region's growth patterns comes in handy.
Oh yeah, that's where Laddie and his team would really shine, wouldn't they?
Absolutely. They live and breathe this market. They can help you identify those up-and-coming areas.
Understand the zoning regulations, all that stuff.
All those nitty-gritty details that can make or break a land investment.
So land, it's for the visionaries.
Yeah.
The patient investors.
Yeah, definitely. But sometimes we want something a bit more exciting.
A bit more fast-paced, maybe.
Maybe a chance for a quicker win.
That's where those short-term rentals come in, right?
Airbnb, VRBO. They've definitely shaken things up.
They have. High nightly rates, that flexible income stream.
Yeah.
It's tempting,
It is.
especially in a region like Peel, so close to Toronto. All those attractions.
You're right, but here's the thing. Short-term rentals are the most volatile property type we've talked about.
Whoa, really?
Think of it like the stock market of real estate.
Okay, that sounds a little intense.
It can be. Tourism can be unpredictable. Regulations are constantly changing, and you're always on call for guest issues.
So it's not passive income at all.
Not really. You got to be on top of things.
So short-term rentals, they're for the adrenaline junkies of real estate. Highs and lows, bit of a gamble.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to put it. But with careful planning, understanding the market, and maybe a lot of coffee to handle those late-night messages, it can be profitable.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground here, from the classic single-family home to the fast-paced world of short-term rentals.
It's a lot to take in.
I'm starting to see there's no one-size-fits-all answer, right?
Exactly. It all comes down to your goals, your resources, your risk tolerance.
It's about finding what's right for you.
And honestly, that's why having a team like Laddie Dillon's on your side can make a huge difference.
They can really guide you through all of this.
They can help you figure out what strategy works best for you, make sure you're not just following the latest trend, but making a smart, informed decision.
Exactly. Okay, so we've explored these different property types, but what's next? What else should people be thinking about?
Well, now that we've laid the groundwork, it's time to dig into some of those key factors that influence real estate success, no matter what property type you choose. Location, market trends, financial considerations, we'll unpack it all.
All right, sounds good. Let's get into that.
All right, so we're back, diving deeper into this whole Ontario real estate thing.
You got it. Breaking it down, helping you make those smart choices.
And don't forget, we're here with Laddie Dillon's team.
The best in the Peel region.
Brampton, Caledon, Mississauga, that's where we shine. Laddie's been doing this since 2007.
A true expert.
Yeah.
Okay, before the break, we were exploring the different types of properties.
Single-family homes, condos, multifamily, commercial, even land. Oh, and those short-term rentals.
It's a lot to consider. But you mentioned some key factors, things that can really make or break an investment, regardless of the property type.
You're absolutely right. It's not as simple as just picking a property and hoping for the best.
There's more to it?
There are some fundamental principles that apply across the board. Understanding those is super important.
Okay, so what's the first thing on our checklist? What do we need to think about?
Location, location, location.
The classic saying. But what does that really mean when we're talking about real estate?
Well, put yourself in the shoes of a buyer or a renter. What makes a location attractive? Think about things like proximity to amenities.
Schools, parks, shopping centers, restaurants.
Exactly. Easy access to transportation, too. Highways, public transit, all that.
Makes sense. You don't want to be stuck in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
And of course, job opportunities.
Huge. A strong local economy, plenty of jobs. That's a big draw for people.
So it's not just about finding a pretty neighborhood. It's about understanding what makes a location desirable.
And what makes it a good investment, the potential for future growth, all of that. And in the Peel region, we've got a lot of those desirable factors.
Really? What makes the Peel region stand out?
Well, first off, it's close to Toronto.
Canada's largest city.
Exactly. You get easy access to everything Toronto has to offer.
But you also have a bit more space, maybe a bit more affordability.
Right, you get that suburban or even rural feel, but you're still close to the action.
The best of both worlds.
Exactly. Plus, the Peel region has a really diverse economy.
Not just relying on one industry.
Lots of different jobs, which attracts a wide range of people.
That's good for stability, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And let's not forget about those schools and parks you mentioned.
Teal region has some great ones.
Families love it here for a reason. Good schools, green spaces, safe communities.
It's got it all.
It does. So, location, big check mark for the Peel region.
What's next on our list? What else do we need to be thinking about?
Market trends. You got to keep your finger on the pulse of what's happening in the market.
Okay, but how do we do that?
Yeah.
It's not like checking the weather forecast.
You're right. It's a bit more complex than that. But there are some things you can do. Start by staying informed.
Reading the news.
Following reliable real estate news sources, yes. They'll give you insights into trends, economic factors, emerging opportunities.
So do our research.
Absolutely. And talk to local experts, real estate agents who really know a particular market. They can offer some great advice.
People who live and breathe real estate in that area.
Exactly. They know the neighborhoods, the pricing trends, those hidden gems you might not find on your own.
That's where a team like Laddie Dillon's would be so valuable.
Well,
Right.
for sure. They're the experts in the Peel region. They can give you those boots-on-the-ground insights.
The kind of knowledge that comes from experience.
Years of experience and connections in the community.
So news sources, local experts.
Anything else?
Don't forget about data.
Numbers. Spreadsheets. Not necessarily spreadsheets, but pay attention to key market indicators. Things like average sale prices, inventory levels, days on market.
What do those tell us?
They give you a sense of whether the market is hot or cold, whether it's a good time to buy or sell.
So we need to be a little bit data savvy.
It helps, but it's all about making those informed decisions.
Okay. Location, market trends. What else is crucial?
It's your own financial situation and your investment goals. You need to be clear about those before you even start looking at properties.
Right. It's not just about finding a property you like. It's about finding one that makes financial sense.
Exactly. So take a good look at your finances, your income, expenses, savings.
Figure out how much you can realistically afford to invest.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Consider your financing options too. Mortgage rates, down payment requirements, all that.
And think about your risk tolerance. Right.
Huge. Are you comfortable with some ups and downs? Or do you prefer something more stable?
Different strokes for different folks.
Exactly. It's all about finding the right fit for you.
Okay, so we've got location, market trends, financial planning, anything else.
One more big one, and it's all about building a strong team.
A team.
Real estate investing, it's not something you have to do alone.
It takes a village.
Kind of. You want a group of trusted professionals in your corner.
People who can guide you through the process.
Offer expert advice. Help you avoid those costly mistakes. We've talked about the value of a good real estate agent.
Like Laddie Dillon and his team.
Exactly. But you might also want a real estate lawyer. Someone to handle all the legal stuff.
Make sure everything's done properly.
Exactly. A mortgage broker, too. They can help you get the best financing options.
They're like the mortgage experts.
And let's not forget about home inspectors.
They're the ones who find all the hidden problems, right?
Exactly. They can save you a lot of headaches down the road.
So building a team is about getting the right people on your side. People who can help you succeed.
It's like having a real estate dream team.
I love that. All right, so we've covered location, market trends, financial planning, building a team.
Anything else? There must be something.
There is one more thing. It's not really a task, more of a mindset shift.
Ooh, okay. Tell me more. I'm intrigued.
Embrace a learning process.
Learning.
Real estate is always changing. New trends, new regulations. The market is constantly fluctuating.
Joe, we need to be adaptable.
Exactly. Stay informed, ask questions, be open to new information.
Never stop learning.
That's the key.
Yeah.
Attend workshops. Read industry publications. Talk to other investors. Make learning a part of your real estate journey.
That's great advice. Okay, we've talked about a lot in this deep dive. Property types, those key factors for success, building a team, embracing the learning process.
Yeah.
What's next? Where do we go from here?
Well, let's shift gears a bit and talk about the bigger picture. The long-term vision of real estate investing, some words of wisdom, and some resources to help you on your journey.
All right, welcome back to the deep dive. We've been talking all about the Ontario real estate market. We've covered a lot. From different types of properties to those key factors that can make a real difference in your success.
It's been a journey.
But remember, we're not just trying to overload you with information. We want you to walk away feeling empowered, ready to take action and reach your real estate goals.
Exactly. And speaking of real estate goals, if you're thinking about the Peel region,
Brampton, Caledon, Mississauga,
you know who to call.
Lottie Tillin and his fantastic team, they've been helping people navigate this market since 2007.
They really know their stuff.
Whether you're buying, selling, or investing, they've got the experience and the local knowledge to guide you.
Absolutely. So let's shift gears a bit now and talk about the bigger picture.
Okay, what do you mean?
Well, we've talked about the details, the different property types, market trends, all that. But what about the long-term vision of real estate investing?
Ah, yes, thinking beyond the immediate. It's easy to get caught up in the day-to-day, but it's so important to keep that long-term perspective in mind.
So what's the secret to success in the long run?
Well, first and foremost, remember that real estate is a long game. It's not about getting rich quick.
It takes time.
It does. It takes patience, persistence, and making smart decisions that will build wealth over time.
So don't get distracted by those shiny objects.
Exactly. Don't get swept up in the hype or let fear make decisions for you. Do your research, understand the fundamentals, and stick to a plan that aligns with your goals and risk tolerance.
Okay. Patience, persistence, check.
What else should we be thinking about for long-term gains?
Diversification. It's a big one. Just like in the stock market, you don't want to put all your eggs in one basket.
Makes sense. Spread the risk a bit.
Exactly. So don't just focus on one type of property or one specific location.
Explore different options.
Yeah, think about multifamily homes, commercial real estate, maybe even land, depending on your circumstances.
Diversifying your portfolio, it can help protect you from those market fluctuations.
It can create more stability and balance over the long term. I like it. Now, we've talked a lot about the Peel region today. But what if someone is interested in investing elsewhere in Ontario?
Great question. The principles we've discussed, they really apply anywhere.
So, the same basic ideas.
Do your research, understand the local market, connect with experts in that area, and never be afraid to ask questions.
Knowledge is power.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, any final thoughts before we wrap things up?
Let me see. We've talked about property types, those key factors for success, the importance of having a good team, embracing the learning process, and keeping that long-term vision in mind. I think we've covered a lot of ground.
We have. And, real estate investing, it can be incredibly rewarding, not just financially, but personally too.
What do you mean?
It can provide a sense of security, help you build wealth for your family, and even create a legacy for future generations.
That's a great point. It's not just about the money.
It's about building something meaningful, something lasting.
So for our listeners who are ready to start their real estate journey, where can they go for guidance and support?
Well, if you're interested in the Peel region, I highly recommend reaching out to Lottie Tillin and his team.
They're passionate about helping people achieve their real estate dreams, whether it's finding the perfect home or building a profitable investment portfolio. They can help.
They really can. You can connect with them at www.searchhouse.ca.
They're an amazing resource and a great example of the power of local expertise.
And no matter where you choose to invest, remember, knowledge is your best friend. Keep learning, stay curious, and never stop exploring the exciting world of real estate.
That's great advice. Well, that wraps up another deep dive.
It does.
We hope you've enjoyed this exploration of the Ontario real estate market.
And hopefully you feel inspired to take those next steps towards your real estate goals.
We'll see you on our next adventure.
Happy investing.
Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. We will be back with something new and something interesting.